Car companies are lying to you. They sold you comfort, they sold you safety, but they stole the most important part, the feeling. Just imagine, you're in a brand new car, it looks like a spaceship inside, and the only engine sound you hear is fake noise coming through the speakers. You floor it, and nothing happens. No vibration, no drama. The car just goes. Now it's unbelievably fast, but it's also boring. Now picture this. It's 1994. Same road, same speed. But the car is shaking, the steering wheel is fighting you, and every gear shift makes the exhaust explode. That is the raw feeling modern cars have deleted. And in the next few minutes, we're going to show you exactly what you're missing. Chapter 1. The digital wall between you and the road. Modern cars aren't just cars anymore. They're supercomputers on wheels. The average new car? 30 to 50 computers, all talking to each other. Luxury or high-end models? Try over 100. Yes, 100 computers in a single car. That's insane. Your steering is controlled by a computer. When you hit the gas, a computer has to give it permission. The car's computer will literally cut the power if it thinks you're having too much fun. Now what you get is a car that feels more like a video game. Your controls are just suggestions, and the car gives you back the most boring, filtered-down experience possible. It's safe, but it has zero personality. It's a digital wall that stops you from actually feeling the road. Chapter 2. The analog magic of the 90s. Get inside a 90s sports car and it feels tiny. You're sitting so low to the ground that you can basically touch the asphalt. You turn a real key, and the entire car shakes to life like a real machine. The steering in these cars was hydraulic, not electric, so you feel every single bump and crack in the road directly in your hands. You hit a pothole, and you feel it. There's no filter, just pure, raw physics. Now, if you want to go fast, you have to do the work. You have to balance that clutch and the gas perfectly. If you mess up, the car doesn't save you. But when you get it right, you get screaming tires and an engine roaring to life. And because 90s cars weighed 400 to 600 kilograms less than today's cars, every horsepower feels 10 times stronger. The connection is absolutely insane. Chapter 3. Weight, the invisible theft. Everyone blames computers, but the real enemy is weight. A 1995 Honda Civic Si was only 2,362 pounds. That's 1,070 kilograms for metric people. The new Civic Si is 2,952 pounds, or 1,340 kilograms. That's 590 pounds, or 300 kilograms heavier. They basically added an entire Lotus Elise worth of weight to the car. All for crash safety, airbags, soundproofing, and giant wheels. Now to hide all that weight, car makers have to make the steering feel lighter and the suspension softer. They're just putting band-aids on a problem that they've created. When you have a lightweight car, you don't need computers to help you drive. The car just does what you want it to do because it's so light. Lightness is the ultimate upgrade, and in the 90s, they knew it was the most important thing for a fun car. Chapter 4. Manual Gearboxes, the last Morse code. Today, only 1% of new cars sold are manual. In 1995, it was 26%. Now, a manual transmission makes you part of the machine. You have to read the road, think ahead, and choose your own gears. When you downshift for a corner and nail it perfectly, it's the most satisfying feeling in the world. You are an active driver, not just a passenger telling the car what to do. Now, modern automatic transmissions are faster, but they take away that entire conversation between you and the car. You click a paddle, a computer does all the work, and you just sit there. It's fast, but you're not really driving. You're just making suggestions. Now, if you think manual transmissions should be saved, smash that like button and subscribe for more videos where we explore the greatest cars ever made. Chapter 5. The sound before the Symphony was auto-tuned. Open the hood of a 90s car and you'll see a real engine. You see raw metal, injectors, and a throttle cable. There are no giant plastic covers trying to hide everything. When you start it, the sound you hear is the real sound of the engine working, not some fake noise coming from a speaker under your dashboard. Engineers used to tune the sound by shaping the parts like an instrument, not by playing an MP3 file through the stereo. The new BMW M3 is literally quieter inside at full throttle than the old E36 M3 from the 90s is at half throttle. We traded real, mechanical engine roar that gives you goosebumps for a car that's quiet and boring. We traded soul for silence. Chapter 6. Cheap speed that didn't need a trust fund. Let's talk about the price, because this is crazy. In 1999, you could buy a brand new turbocharged sports coupe for $19,000. Now today, that's about $34,000. Try to find a new 300 horsepower car for that price today. You can't. Because 90s cars were so simple, you can buy them today for almost nothing. I'm talking $4,500 for a Miata, or $6,000 for a Sentra SER. This simplicity meant anyone could get into performance cars. It's what got an entire generation hooked on driving. Today's performance cars start at $40,000, and you need special computers just to work on them, locking a whole new generation out. This is why Gen Z are obsessed with finding these 90s cars. They're searching for a real experience that doesn't cost a fortune. Chapter 7. Safety versus Soul, the Unavoidable Trade. Now, modern cars are incredibly safe. They have tons of airbags, strong frames, and automatic braking that saves thousands of lives. Now, nobody wants to go back to the old days. However, we must understand what we traded for that safety. Every single safety feature adds weight. Every comfort feature adds another computer. After decades of this, cars have turned into rolling fortresses. Now we're so much safer, but we're also completely isolated from the feeling of driving. The car is protecting you, but it's also distancing you from the experience. Let's pause for a sec. What was the first 90s car that made you go, wow? I want to know the year, make, and why you loved it. Comment it down below right now. I read every single one of your comments. Chapter 8. Why culture clings to the decade of grunge. The 90s were almost 3 decades ago, long enough for nostalgia to become legend. Every time you see a Supra in a Fast and Furious movie, it triggers that memory. Video games like Gran Turismo made an entire generation of kids dream about these Japanese cars before they could even drive. Pop-up headlights and cassette players are like a time capsule to a simpler era. Nostalgia is an incredibly powerful feeling. When people buy the car that they dreamed of as a kid, they're not just buying metal, they're buying back a piece of their youth. That's why some old Supras sell for up to $200,000. See, these aren't just cars. They're little time machines that take you back to a feeling. Chapter 9. Can we ever get it back? Car companies are starting to notice that we're missing this feeling. Toyota gave us the GR86, a lightweight car on skinny tires. Nissan's new Z has 400 horsepower and a manual transmission. Mazda is still building the MX-5, the king of lightweight fun. Even Ford lets you turn off the computer raids in the all-new Mustang. They are trying. But every single one of these cars still has to follow modern rules. They've got backup cameras, ABS, and stability control that you can never truly turn off. The only way to get that 90s feeling back might be to build it yourself. Take a new car, strip it down, throw on some smaller wheels, and reprogram that computer. Now it gets close, but it's still a copy. It's a tribute. It's not the real thing. Chapter 10. The Unmeasurable Metric That Matters Most. Spec sheets tell you everything about a car except for one thing: its soul. You can't measure steering feel on a chart. It's the difference between listening to a perfect studio album and being in the front row of a live concert where you can feel the bass in your chest. Modern cars win in every single category on paper, but they lose in that one place that matters most: creating a memory. That raw feeling isn't fake nostalgia. It's the total lack of a filter between you and the machine. When the car does exactly what you tell it to do, with no computer getting in the way, you feel powerful, you feel alive, and honestly, maybe even just a little bit scared. You feel human, and that's the connection that we're all chasing. So yes, a modern car is a technological miracle. It can park itself while you listen to music on 17 speakers. But miracles don't have personality. A 90s car is like grilling a steak over a fire. Now, it's not perfect, it's a little messy, but you're never going to forget it. It uses all of your senses. Go drive one of these old cars while you still can. Find one with rattles and drips and a broken antenna. Because every mile you drive in a car with 3 pedals and no computers is a mile that you are in control of. In a world run by algorithms, driving a machine that only answers to physics might be the most honest thing you can do. Remember, speed is just a number, but feeling, well, that's forever. I'll see you in the comments. Keep it analog.